Hey high school, thanks for being online with us tonight. Due to a large number of our staff and contributors being out, as well as the Thanksgiving holiday, we're taking a quick break from in-person services, but we're stoked we can still be online with you, give you a video teaching. Make sure you check in with your small group, send a quick, hey, what's up? But we love you guys. Make sure you stay tuned to social media over the next couple weeks of what services are gonna look like coming up. But we're praying for you this week, we're cheering you on, and if you need anything, make sure to send us a message. But hey, I got two quick announcements for you for tonight. Extreme Room Makeover. The contest is open for applications. If you need an extreme room makeover to your bedroom, one student is going to win prizes worth $250. Maybe you need a new lamp. Maybe you need some new decorations. Maybe you need a projector screen in your room. Whatever it is, we want to make sure we hype up your room. You can enter at plumcreek.church/students, but you have to enter before December 6th. So make sure you head over and get your application in. Also, if you're interested in a missions trip for summer 2021, one of our international trips to Honduras or England, your applications to join a team are due by Sunday, December 6th. Again, you can head over to plumcreek.church/students, fill out that application. We'll get in touch with you soon, but we'd love for you to be a part of that. Thanks for being with us tonight. We hope to see you soon. Valentine's Day is overrated. 4th of July is aight. I don't like Halloween. I'm actually allergic to turkey, so Thanksgiving is not my jam, but Christmas is my favorite. I just moved into my new house, and the first thing I've set up in my house is 3 Christmas trees, and my goal is literally to have one in every single room. I listen to Christmas music starting November 1st. I celebrate when they have red cups at Starbucks. I start buying Christmas presents for people in May. I'm all about that Christmas life. Now, for some of you, this may make you physically nauseated to hear how much I love Christmas and how early I start celebrating. But if you're like me and love Christmas, the worst thing to experience during the holidays is someone who hates the holidays. We all know someone who is a Grinch and doesn't like Christmas, or who gets cranky when you start decorating too early. And yes, we call them a Grinch. And that might be an extreme term, but a Grinch is what they are. Sorry, not sorry. But Grinches aren't exclusive to Christmas. I think one of my worst experiences outside of Christmas with people who are Grinches was working in food service and retail. Now, if you've ever worked or currently work at a restaurant or fast food place or a retail store, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. That one rude customer. That one lady who wants to speak to your manager. That one guy who thinks he deserves special treatment and a discount on a full price item. I used to work at Cold Stone Creamery, the ice cream shop, in high school, back when people at Cold Stone actually had to sing for their tips. Yes, I had to sing for my tips. But in the small town I lived in, Cold Stone was the place to be on Friday nights. Families would come in, high schoolers would come in, we'd be slammed with a line out the door. Now, there was a band who was pretty famous and big back in the day, but they were from my hometown. And they would come in on those busy Friday nights acting like jerks and try to cut the line of 30 people. Like, they would walk right past them, right up to the counter, and demand their ice cream. Now, if you know me personally, you know I'm not about this life. So I would tell them no special treatment to get to the back of the line, and then they would be fired up and incredibly rude. They'd report me to the manager, they would complain to others about the service, and so on and so on. No kindness, no respect for others, no care for the moms who had been standing in line with their screaming kids waiting for ice cream. They were just straight up rude. But here's the deal. We are all capable of being a Grinch, even me. When I feel most guilty of being a Grinch is when I walked past someone who is in need, or I just completely ignore them. I was taught as a kid not to give money to homeless people, to look down, to keep walking right past them, to drive past them. When people stand on the corners with signs, to just ignore them because they're probably just doing a scam. So that's what I've been trained to do. And after I do it, I feel guilty. Now, not that you feel like you should have to give them money or have something tangible to give them, but I don't even smile. I don't even ask their name. I don't even ask how they're doing or if there's something I could be praying for them for. Guys, I'm trying to break this right now in my life. I may not have any money to give them or anything in my car to pass out, but the least I could do is just say hi and make eye contact. For someone to feel seen, that's love. As I've been sharing, you're probably thinking of people who are Grinches in your life. You know, someone who struggles with kindness or showing love, or people who are just straight up selfish. Let's dive into how we can handle the Grinch in those people and in all of us. In 1 John chapter 4, verses 7 through 11, it says, "Let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. This is how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might live through him. This is love. Not that we loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son as an atoning sacrifice for our sins. Dear friends, since God so loved us, we also ought to love one another." If we're honest, we all struggle at times with this Grinch inside of us. Maybe it looks like selfishness or lack of generosity or lack of patience with our friends, our parents, our siblings. Whatever it looks like, the root is lack of love. When we try to show love in our ability, often we fall short. And the only way we can truly fight that Grinch inside of us and show love for others is through Christ. The passage we just read shows us that we learn to love through God himself. It's hard to love those people, though, who don't show love to us, those Grinches that are in our lives. When I was in 10th grade, I had a pretty solid group of friends. We had been together since first grade. And one of those friends I would consider to be one of my best friends. And we had joint birthday parties together, and our families even spent the holidays together. We were tight. Then one day in 10th grade, she decided that I shouldn't be part of that friend group anymore. She completely shunned me. She got all my other friends to cancel me, and then she started spreading very vicious rumors about me throughout the whole entire school. It was devastating, and my whole world fell completely apart. I eventually found new friends and new hobbies and a safe place, but it still really hurt. Come senior year, I was scrolling through social media. And when I say social media, it was MySpace, because that's all we had when I was in high school. And this girl had posted something about me. 2 years later, she was still going after me, talking about the rumors, and getting other people to post nasty stuff about me. Now, my first instinct was to go off on her and destroy her in the comments section. To be honest, to this day, part of my sinner soul still wishes I had done that, but now I'm Christian. But I took a deep breath and realized God loves her just as much as he loves me. Even in the ugly, he loves her. Not more than me, he loves us equally. And we were both created in the image of God, and he wanted me to show love to her. So I wrote a comment with love, letting her know I loved her, I cherished the time we were friends, and that I forgive her. She actually responded back with love, realizing the wrong she had caused. We aren't friends anymore, but we're in a place that I hope one day I get to see her in heaven. I hope when I go to heaven and spend eternity with Jesus, that she's also there. Now, if people have hurt you, you don't have to have them in your lives. You can set up boundaries, but forgiveness and love can be done, and it comes through Jesus. It is our responsibility to lean into God's love and pursue a loving attitude towards others. God's love fights the Grinch in me. Sometimes it's hard to tell how well we love people. That's why the scriptures provide us with a standard, a measure for seeing how well our love is expressed towards others. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Is this what my attitude and relationship towards others look like? Don't let this be just another Bible verse you've heard 100 times, but apply it to your life. This is what God is calling us to do. There are likely some areas where we do not quite measure up to Christ's standard. So what do? We embrace God's love for us and we extend it to others. Romans chapter 5, verse 8. But God showed us his great love for us by sending Christ to die for us while we were all still sinners. The most powerful way to express God's love to others is by first experiencing his love for you. He died for me. He died for all the Grinches in the world because of love. If you've seen The Grinch or you know the story, you might remember that it was the love of people that changed the Grinch's heart. Maybe tonight you need to experience the love of Jesus for the first time. The best part, he loves you just as you are, no matter what you've done in your past, no matter where you're at or what you're struggling with currently. He loves you, but he loves you so much that he doesn't want you to sit in the middle of the mess. Perhaps you need to forgive someone today and show someone love. Who knows how it might change their heart and change yours.